to the third 6 weeks curriculum overview for 4th grade writing. This is an overview of Unit 6, Writing Literary and Informational Texts, Imaginative Narrative, and Expository to Explain.
Unit 6 consists of 2 bundles, Introduction to Imaginative Narrative and Building Writer's Craft in Expository to Explain. As seen in previous unit overviews, the top section includes guided questions specific to imaginative narrative and expository to explain, as well as an estimated number of instructional days needed for each bundle. Due to timing, changes in the district assessment schedule for curriculum assessment number 2, teachers may want to change the order of instruction of the bundles for Unit 6. This will allow for continuous practice of expository to explain writing prior to the assessment.
Bundle 1 focuses on composing an imaginative narrative piece using the writing process. This is an introduction to imaginative writing. Note that this bundle is organized according to the steps in the writing process. It is important to also note that throughout this bundle, students gain a deeper understanding of comparative and superlative adjectives. This bundle suggests the number of days for brainstorming and planning, drafting, revising, editing, and publishing. The purpose of this bundle is to connect the reading and writing that students are doing simultaneously and specifically embed grammar, conventions, and spelling standards. Bundle 1, the instructional focus document, helps the teacher and student use the writing process to construct an imaginative narrative composition. In addition, teachers and students will read and discuss mentor text, review rubric expectations and standards, and create a definition for the genre by charting imaginative elements. Most importantly, it is critical that the teacher models how to compose an imaginative narrative using the steps in the writing process. The imaginative narrative genre is cycled through the writing process. Students will have an opportunity to brainstorm and plan, draft, revise, edit, and publish an imaginative narrative. A focus on imaginative writing will help students develop their ideas when crafting imaginative narratives as well as expository compositions, which will help students be prepared for Bundle 2, which is expository to explain. Imaginative writing helps students develop their ideas regardless of the genre. In the instructional focus document, the content and process standards are side by side. The process standards include a set of specific questions for steps in the writing process. These questions provide support for students as they compose imaginative narratives. It is important to note that grammar, conventions, and spelling standards are embedded in the writing process. This bundle focuses on the use and understanding of comparative and superlative forms of adjectives. Throughout the 6 weeks, these standards should be explicitly taught in many lessons and spiral review, as well as within the context of students' compositions. Bundle 1 provides resources and suggestions on how to formatively and summatively assess students' understanding of imaginative narratives while cycling through the writing process. One priority of our district is to ensure that we have ongoing methods for monitoring students' progress. The purpose of formative and summative assessments is to provide ongoing feedback that can be used to improve teaching and learning. In Unit 2, students will revisit expository writing from Unit 3, Bundles 1 and 2. Students will use their knowledge of the characteristics of expository text to revise and improve a previously written composition, while cycling this composition through the writing process. This bundle focuses on crafting the organization, crafting the development of ideas, and crafting the use of language and conventions. In the instructional focus document, The content and process standards are side by side. The process standards include a set of specific questions that guide the writer through the writing process. These questions will help students as they write independently to craft expository to explain compositions. In this bundle, the writer focuses on crafting expository to explain compositions around a central idea, as well as provide supporting sentences to explain the central idea. The composition cycle for building writer's craft in expository to explain is provided to help teachers and students choose a focus skill. The teacher provides a mentor text that is used to explicitly teach the focus skill. There should be a mini lesson to practice the skill. Multiple models of the expectation should be provided. The revise and edit steps of the writing process are guided as well as independent, and there is ongoing evaluation of students' strengths and weaknesses. It's important to note that the expository to explain formative assessments include essential questions that the writer should ask oneself while crafting an expository to explain composition. The summative assessments note the importance of using state release rubrics. As we continue to spiral in expository writing, organization, development of ideas, use of language and conventions are the lenses in which students will use to identify strengths and weaknesses.
Your writing assessment timeline is here. Please take a look at the standards marked in the calendar to help you plan for your instruction to prepare your students for the upcoming test. Please note, due to timing changes in the district assessment schedule for CA number 2, teachers may want to change the order of instruction of the bundles during the third 6 weeks. This will allow for continuous practice of expository to explain writing prior to the assessment.
I hope that you will have an exciting third 6 weeks writing imaginative narratives and expository to explain compositions with your fourth graders.